Illegal shoes in the NBA. See these shoes? They aren't just normal shoes, they're banned from the NBA. Want to know more? Well, you're watching the perfect video. This is Sportsman Pro, and we will be looking at shoes that are illegal in the NBA. Without further ado, let's start kicking. 1. Stephen Curry's shoes. In the same week, Stephen Curry wore not just one but two of the banned shoes. Everything began in 2018 when the Warriors constructed these Chinese-themed jerseys to commemorate Chinese New Year. Stephen loved it so much that he made a special pair of Currys to go with the jerseys. He was unaware of the NBA's strict shoe rules at the time, which stipulated that all shoes had to be the same color as their team and could only have the brand's logos. Those regulations were obviously broken by his shoes, but Stephen broke their rule once more that same week when he revealed a sneaker partnership with none other than President Barack Obama this time. The NBA informed him that his shoes were prohibited that night despite the fact that he scored 25 points. And to make matters worse, the NBA decided to eliminate the shoe color restriction later that year, so if Stephen had waited a few more months, his sneakers might have escaped detection. 2. LeBron James' shoes. LeBron was so disliked by one player that he forbade his teammates from wearing his shoes. He entered the NBA as one of the most anticipated teens ever, and Nike announced a shoe agreement with him. So while some colleagues respected him and others had their doubts about him, one player's hatred of him resulted in one of the strangest shoe bans in NBA history. LeBron had a target on his back going into one of his first ever preseason games, but he was unaware of this. Who was this silent assassin? Peter Pierce had always considered himself to be the best in his field. He was envious of LeBron's attention when he saw it. As a result, LeBron and Pierce always competed for their legacy. Years later, however, when Pierce joined the Wizards, he saw that one of his colleagues was sporting his rival's sneakers. He immediately informed the team that they cannot wear LeBron's shoes. Pierce was forced to play the entire year in the shoes he had banned because the Wizards refused to listen. 3. Yeezy basketball shoes. Zach LaVine managed to make a lot of people in the NBA wear a banned shoe. C. Zach also signed a shoe contract with Adidas. Kanye West, one of the brand's top designers, claimed that after working on a project for 3 years and testing different ideas, he eventually came up with the ideal idea for a Yeezy basketball shoe. Kanye revealed that celebrities like Zach would wear the shoes in the upcoming season when he shared pictures of the sneakers on social media. But when the NBA viewed Kanye's posts, they realized something was strange about these sneakers. All the league could think of was how distracting the sneakers would be on the court because they were so blinding. Zach LaVine was the most devastated person. Zach was refusing to give up on the shoes even if everyone else was. He entered the 2020 All-Star Weekend prepared to break new ground. Zach became the first player to ever wear the outlawed Yeezys that night as soon as he went onto the court and immediately strapped them on. Brandon Ingram knew it was his turn after witnessing Zach make the ultimate sacrifice. As a result, he rocked the Yeezys the very next day while playing in his first NBA All-Star game, becoming the first NBA player to do so in public. Andre Iguodala made history by becoming the first player to ever wear them during a regular season game, but he didn't just wear them once. He wore them twice, even while sporting a brand new color scheme. The NBA responded in the only way they could when they realized a revolution was underway, the first ever shoe ban lift. 4. APL. Nike and Adidas dominated the shoe industry for many years, but one company wanted to entirely eliminate the competition. So they created something that no business could match. They were produced by the APL, however, they weren't like other basketball shoes. They featured springs that could raise a player's vertical by more than 3 inches. However, the NBA apparently wasn't prepared for all of that because after learning about the edge the shoes gave players, they refused and imposed a ban on APL. However, APL embraced the prohibition. The shoes gained popularity as soon as they were made public. The APL SUP, RFUTURES, and Concept X were eventually released. 5. Kyrie Irving's shoes. Kyrie Irving comes next. One legend has known Kyrie deserved a signature sneaker ever since he was selected for the NBA. It was LeBron James, a legend. Sure, Nike paid attention. They made a deal with Kyrie right away. In order to make the release special, Kyrie included designs that portrayed the story of his life in addition to drawing inspiration from LeBron's sneakers. Kyrie made sure the sole featured the names of his mother, her birthday, and her passing day, as well as his jersey number. On the side, he designed a jagged pattern to represent the Sydney Opera House in his native Australia. The deceptive red Kyrie one, which Kyrie planned to launch during a game versus the Warriors, was apparent during the game. The NBA despised the sneakers despite the fact that they were unique and exactly what Kyrie desired. 6. CARMELO Anthony'S shoes. The NBA spoiled the proudest moment of Carmelo Anthony's career in this instance. 9 pairs of his distinctive shoes, each one signifying a milestone in his career, were dropped over his lifetime. He wanted to make something that would alter the shoe game for his 10th anniversary. To make his fantasy a reality, CARMELO collaborated with a renowned shoe designer from the Jordan line. In order to honor his achievements and include pieces from his prior shoes, CARMELO displayed a chrome piece on the shoe's back that referenced his very first signature insignia. He believed he had created a masterpiece after putting his entire being into it, and after the new year, he started wearing different colors. 7. Michael Jordan's shoes. Michael Jordan has dealt with prohibited footwear before, so this is not a new situation. He then signed a contract with Nike. Because Jordan was known for his prowess in the air and because the brand had just developed a new technology called air soles, they explored names for his new sneakers. The Air Jordan was essentially a match made in heaven, but neither Jordan nor Nike anticipated the impact of this shoe. Nike wanted to sell at least $3 million worth of these shoes within the first 4 years that Jordan was associated with the company. The majority of NBA players wore white or black sneakers, leading Nike to believe that Jordan's red and black pair may be revolutionary. But at that point, the NBA attempted to sabotage the entire event. Because the league threatened to make Jordan pay $5,000 for each game, he wore the sneakers in addition to sending Nike a letter of the ban. But the craziest part, though, was that Nike and Jordan faked everything. The letter claimed that Jordan wore these prohibited sneakers on October 18, 1984, although at the time he wore a different pair of shoes and the Air Jordan models weren't even available. These were the Nike Airships, but nobody knew because they were so similar. Due to Nike's deceptive advertising of the shoes as being banned, as well as the fact that Jordan wore them to his rookie dunk competition, this turned into one of the most brilliant marketing scandals in sports history. Air Jordans became the first basketball sneakers to be popular to wear off the court as a result, and every time Nike released a new color, they were sold out in an instant. And do you still recall the 3 million Nike hoped for? Well, they totally surpassed their target in just 1 year. They created 126 million as a result of a fictitious ban. The stories behind these shoe bans are crazy, don't you think? Well, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more from us. This has been Sportsman Pro, and we will see you in the next video.